Excuse me, you want some gum?
No, I'm trying to think.
You know something, I looked up the weather report. It's supposed to be one of the hottest days of the year.
You say that every minute.
Everybody's here. If there's anything you want, I'm right outside.
I like the doors.
Of course not. What you think?
I don't know, just never occurred to me.
And what's that?
Well, it's figuring out how to go about that.
Hey guys, next time we get the kid at the city.
Hey, what did you think of it?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've never heard.
Oh yeah? No, I messed this up. It's just amazing how they can talk about so much stuff about nothing.
Well, you know, I guess it's time.
Oh no, I agree. It's part of the system. But you know, I'm just as cynical as the next guy, but I believe if we just take these kids and slap them on the wrist before they causing each other in the first place, it sure as hell would save us a lot of time and money.
I agree.
Hey, how about we get started here? I got 2 tickets to the Cleveland Yankee game. We got this new kid pitching, Marge Walker. Zoom with the fastball. Real juggernaut. So you let the ball punch you. This one, where'd you guys sit?
Well, I was figuring I wanted to sit in the jury numbers, 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's okay with you, John.
What does it matter? I think it's customary to sit according to order.
Let's be.
So what did you do with the prosecution?
I beg pardon?
Well, I mean, the way you handed all those points in logical order, one by one, I mean, it takes a limited mind to do that. I was impressed.
Yes, I think you did an expert job.
Yeah, and he had a good drive, too. Real drive.
Alright, let's get the show on the road. How about sitting down?
Sir.
You on the window? Alright, sitting down.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're good.
So it's pretty hard to figure, isn't it? Keeps ups to his heart, just like that.
Well, I mean, analyze figures.
Analyze figures, what figures? These kids these days, all over town are living involved. I guess what they get is.
Yes. See, is everybody here?
Old man's in the balcony.
Would you knock, please? Yeah.
Hey, you a hit man?
No, I'm Milwaukee.
Milwaukee? It's like getting hit with the pro at least once a day. Look, who do they have? I'm asking you, who do they have? Besides great groundskeepers.
We'd like to get started.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to keep each other waiting.
Okay. I'm not going to enforce any rules on you guys. You can do this any way you want to. We could discuss it and vote, or vote and then discuss it anyway.
I think it's reasonable to take a preliminary vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're all going early.
All right, now, let's just remember, we're dealing with a first-degree murder charge here, so if we vote guilty, we send the guy to the electric chair. That's mandatory.
I think we all know that.
Okay, so anybody against voting? No? All right.
Yeah, let's see who's with.
Let's vote.
All in favor of guilty, raise your hand. Is anyone in favor of not guilty?
Oh.
Well, 11 to 1 is in favor of guilty.
It's always one.
So what do we do now?
Well, I guess we talk.
Well, I mean, do you think the kid's really innocent? Well, I mean, let's be reasonable. I mean, you sat in the exact same courtroom as all of us, heard the exact same things. I mean, the man's a dangerous killer, it's obvious.
The man? He's 16 years old. He's still a kid.
So what? He killed his father, how old do you have to be?
Yeah, I was convinced from day one.
Yeah, but who wasn't? I mean, I really do think this is one of those open and shut cases. I mean, the people did a dozen different ways. You want me to list them for you?
No, not at all.
What do you do?
I don't know. I think we should talk about it. That's all.
I mean, what is there to talk about? 11 men here agree and no one has to think twice about it except you.
Look, it's not easy for you to sit here and vote guilty and send an innocent man to prison. I mean, we should at least talk about it, I think.
I mean, who said it was easy for me?
No, it's not easy.
What, just because I voted fast? Look, I think he's guilty. That can change my mind even if we're here for 100 years.
I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm just saying I think we should sit down and we should talk about it. That's all.
Alright, what's the difference how long it takes? Oh, it's ridiculous. It really is.
How about we take 5 minutes? Your game doesn't start until 8.
Alright, Slugger. Be my guest.
Who's got something to say?
Maybe I'm okay with it. I don't care. Look, I got you. So soon walks in the office, shipped down to the waist, talking dingo.
Hey, listen, that's not what we're here for.
They were all here for. Please tell.
I don't know, maybe for no reason. I mean, look, the kid's been beaten all his life. You know, his mother died when he was 9. His father's been in jail. He spent 2 years in an orphanage. I
a child, didn't you? I know what your child costs these days. Lucky you got that. And we're all grown men. You're not gonna sit here and tell me we're supposed to believe this kid, knowing what he is. Trust me, I lived a long life. The born life, I can't even word about their mouth.
You must be an ignorant guy.
Ignorant?
I mean, do you think you have a monopoly of the truth?
We gotta make a federal case out of it.
I think certain things should be pointed out to this man.
All right, look, it's not Sunday. We don't need a sermon.
Really? Look, I don't see any need for arguing about this. I think we ought to be able to, be like gentlemen. I mean, if we're going to discuss this case, let's just stick to the facts, okay?
I think this man has a point. We have a job to do. Let's do it. I mean, I think it is, if I'm wrong, that we're supposed to stand here and tell this man where he's wrong, show him mixed up.
What's that?
No. This is the project I work on over the adjectives. It's rice puffs, breakfast with the built-in balance. With that line?
It's very catchy.
Thanks, man.
If you don't mind,
So I do really want to be thanked.
we're trying to get something done. We can be here all night.
Here's an idea, and this is just off the top of my head, but it seems to me it's up to us to convince this man that we're right and he is wrong. So maybe we all just took a couple minutes and went around the table and said,
Come on, sit down.
No. That's a good idea. We can go around the table and each speak a couple words.
Anything, just start it off.
And then how about you first?
Me?
Yeah.
How about we go once on the table?
Guess that's fair. Ain't here first.
Well, I don't really know, I mean, it's hard to put into words. I thought it was almost from a word ago. I mean, nobody proved otherwise, so.
Nobody has to prove otherwise. The burden of proof is on the prosecution. The defendant doesn't even have to open his mouth. It's in the Constitution. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, of course I've heard of the Constitution. I mean, I know what it is. Somebody watched the boy kill his father. Is that not enough?
All right, well, look. Here's what I have to say. And before I start, just know that I'm just as sentimental as the next guy, okay? I'm just strictly talking facts. Number one, the old man who lived right underneath the floor was raised when the murder took place. At 10 minutes to 12, he heard what sounded like two people fighting. And then he heard the boy yell at the top of his lungs, and I quote, "I'm gonna kill you, okay? I'm gonna kill you." And then right after that, he heard what sounded like a body hit the floor. So out of curiosity, the old man goes to the door, opens it just in time to see the kid running down the stairs. Called the police. Police found the ball with a knife in his chest.
That's right, yeah. And the coroner fixed the time death at around midnight.
Right. I mean, those are the facts. You can't refute the facts. I mean, I know the kid's young, but he still got hit what he did.
What do you, Pops?
I agree. Thank you.
Look, it was obvious to me anyway that the boy's entire story was flimsy. I mean, look, he claimed he was at the movies at the time of the murder, and yet 1 hour later, he couldn't even remember what movies he saw or who played it.
Exactly.
I mean, no one saw him going in or out of the theater.
Yeah, how about the women's testimony? That doesn't match up, does it?
That's right. She wasn't the one who actually saw the killing.
Let's just go in order here, okay?
No, hold on. That is a woman. She's lying in bed, she's down with you. Anyway, she looks across the window and sees him. He sticks the knife into his heart. Time's 12 on the nose. Everything fits. She's known the kid all his life. Her window is right opposite his. She saw what she saw him do, and it can't be the facts.
Through the window of a passing elevator train.
Yeah, we proved in court there are no people on the train, and the lights are out. You look at the L train and see what's on the other side.
Let me ask you this.
Sure,
You don't believe the boy. Why do you believe the woman? I mean, she is one of them too, isn't she?
You're a pretty smart fellow, aren't you?
Hey, let's take it easy, okay?
It's so wise about it.
Hey, come on. What are you getting all upset for?
Let's calm down. We can keep it peaceful in here. Who's next?
I'd like to speak, if you don't mind.
That is your privilege. It's you next.
I mean, I was doing from the beginning. I mean, when you look at these murder cases, you gotta look at the motive. If there's no motive, there's no case, there's no way to prove it. But, that testimony from the old couple across the hall that said they heard an argument between the boy and the dad around 7 o'clock that night, I thought that was very powerful. He was 8 o'clock, not 7.
Yeah, that's right. It was 8 o'clock. And they heard an argument and told what it was about, but what does that prove?
I didn't say prove, just part of the picture.
He said that it revealed a motive, and the prosecution, they said the same thing. The problem is, I don't think it's a very strong motive. I mean, the kid's been hit all his life. I mean, violence is practically a natural state of affairs for him. I don't think 2 more slaps would provoke him to commit murder.
May have been 2 slots too many. Everyone has a breaking point.
Anything else?
No.
Okay. Next gentleman.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. It's already been said when you look at his record. Kid's 0 for 5. I mean, let's look. He was in children's court at age 10 for throwing a rock at his teacher. At 14, he was in reform school. He stole a car. He was arrested for mugging. He was even picked up twice for trying to assassinate a teenager with a knife. I mean, this is a real fine boy we have here. What'd you say?
Look, the kid's been beat off his life. He uses fists.
I mean, so would I a boy like that.
Yeah, but wouldn't you call those beatings a motive for him to kill his father?
No, I call them a motive for him to be a very angry young man.
Well, look, it's the kids these days. The way they act, they're so angry and violent all the time. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to call my father nothing but sir. I mean, when was the last time any of y'all heard a kid call his father sir?
Yeah, right.
Kids don't, fathers don't seem to think it's important these days.
Do you have any kids?
Shoot.
Yeah, well, I got one. He's about 20 now. I'll never forget when he was about 9 years old. I saw him walk away from a fight. He made me so sick I almost threw up. And I told him that after. I said, son, I'm gonna make a man out of you one day. I'm gonna break you in half trying. I made a man out of him, all right. And then when he was about 17, you know, he was prime, big stocky kid. Got into a little argument. Like, Rod kid punched me right in the face. I haven't seen him in 2 years. You were proud of these kids for what? For what? Anyway, come on. Let's get on with it.
Look, I think we're missing the point here. This boy, let's say he's the product of a filthy neighborhood and a broken home. Look, we can't help him. We're here to decide whether he's guilty or innocent of murder, not to go into reasons why he grew up this way. Look, he was born in a slum. Slums are breeding ground for criminals. I know it, so do you. It's no secret. Now, slum children are, you know, potential menaces to society. Now, I think that what we should do...
I like that. Look, these kids who call out these places are real trash. I don't want any part of it.
You know what? I noticed that trash in one hospital 6 nights a week. I used to clean the backyard that's full of garbage. I don't know if it still smells of it.
Why don't you sit down?
Now, let's be reasonable. There's nothing personal
But there is
here.
something personal.
Hey, come on, buddy. Sit down. You need to be some sensitive.
The sensitivity, I understand. All right, let's stop all these side arguments. They're only slowing us down. You're next.
Me? Oh, I didn't expect a turn. I thought you were all going to convince me that I was wrong.
That's right, I forgot
What
about
does
it.
it matter? You're the ones keeping us here.
Now, just a second. We started one way. Let's kids, what do we say?
Stop being a kid.
Kid. Kids, what do you mean by that?
What do you think I mean? K-I-D, kid.
Oh, just because I'm trying to keep things organized? You know what? Why don't you give it a shot? You keep things running smooth and everything. I'll just sit back and shut up, that's all.
Sit down, man. Calm down.
Don't tell me to calm down. I'll just sit up and shut up. You can do it. Let's see how you run it, Mr. Foreman. Here's the chair.
Never see such a thing.
Do you think it's funny or something?
Hey, this whole thing's totally unimportant, man.
Unimportant? Do you want to try this?
No, you're doing a beautiful job. Sit down. None of us wanted to change. Calm down, man.
You're doing a fine job. Stand there and pitch.
Well, you want to get to me? That's fine. I don't mind hearing that.
I don't care what you do.
Okay. Well, I haven't got anything brilliant. I sat in that courtroom for as long as you did, and I listened as the evidence built up, and everything sounded so positive. And I started to get this weird feeling that nothing is that positive. I started to feel like the defense attorney wasn't doing his job. There's let too many things go, little things.
What little things? Look, these guys don't ask questions. They all know the answers. They'll figure the case for
Or maybe they're just stupid.
Sounds like you have a brother.
Look, I kept trying to put myself in the boy's shoes. And, I mean, I would ask for another lawyer. I mean, if I want to trial for my life, I wouldn't want my lawyer to tear the prosecution to shreds, or at least try to. Look, there was one alleged eyewitness to the case, and one person who claimed he heard the killing from the upstairs. And that was really the whole case for the prosecution. I mean, what if they're wrong?
What do you mean, what if they're wrong? What's the point of having a witness in the first place?
Could they be wrong?
Well, they were under oath, man. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that they're people. And people make mistakes. Could they be wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Does he even know that?
I didn't know anything. That is not science.
Exactly. It's not an exact science.
All right, well, look, let's just get to the point. What about the knife we found in Paul's chest?
For what then? I think we should go on. You know, some people have to
Well,
talk.
look, they can talk whenever they like. You know, just sit down for a second, will you? Now, let's talk about the knife. You know, the one that upright boy knows admitted to buying the night of the murder? Let's talk about that.
All right, let's talk about it. Mr. Foreman, can we see that knife, please?
Well, look, we've all seen it. What do you think you're going to gain from seeing it again?
I mean, you were the one who brought it up, right?
Look, the gentleman has the right to see exhibits in the evidence. The knife, in a way, was brought. It's pretty strong in that decision. I do. Good. Now, I heard a few things. Let's take these facts one at a time. So, one, the boy left his house at about 8 o'clock on the night of the murder after being punched several times by his father. Right?
Right.
Okay. Two, he went to a neighborhood junk shop where he bought a, what do you call these things? Switchblade knives. Three, this is what you call an ordinary switchblade knife. It had a very unusually carved handle. 4, the storekeeper who sold it to him identified the knife in court as that same knife. He said it was the only one of its kind he had in stock. 5, at about 8:45, the boy ran into with 3 of his friends in front of a diner. Am I correct so far?
Yes. You bet he is. Y'all listen to this man. He knows what he's talking about.
He talked with his friends for about an hour, leaving them about 9:45. 6, each of them identified the knife as that same death weapon in court. 7, the boy went home at 10 o'clock. Now this is where the stories offered by the boy and the state begin to diverge slightly. Now, the boy claims he left the house at about 11:30 and then went to one of those all-night movies until about 3:15 to go back home and then find his father dead and himself arrested. But what happened to the knife? Now this is a charming and imaginative little fable the boy invented. Now, he claims that the knife fell through a hole in his pocket onto the way to the movies. Now, this is a tale. I'm pretty sure he didn't go to the movies that often. Now, what actually happened is this. The boy stayed home, had another fight with his father, stabbed him to death at 10 minutes after 12, and fled from the scene. I mean, he even remembered to wipe the knife clean of fingerprints.
All right.
Now, everyone connected with the case identified the knife in court as that same knife. Now, are you trying to tell me that the boy dropped the knife on the street, someone picked it up, went to his house, and stabbed his father to death just to be amusing?
No. What I'm saying is that it's possible that the boy dropped the knife and someone killed his father with a similar knife. That's it.
Take a look at that knife. I've never seen one like it. Neither had the storekeeper who sold it to him. Aren't you asking us to accept a pretty incredible coincidence?
I'm not asking you to accept anything. I'm just saying that it's possible that I'm just saying that it's possible.
Yeah, yo, but guess what? I'm saying it's not possible. What are you doing there?
Hey, quiet. Let's be quiet. Where did you get that knife?
Well, I was walking through the boy's neighborhood last night, and this knife comes from a pawn shop about a block away from where he lives, and it only costs $10.
It's illegal to buy or sell switchblade knives.
Yeah, that's right. I broke the law.
Well, listen, buddy, you got a real right trick bringing that up here. I suppose you tell us what it means. Suppose there's 10 knives like that. So what?
Maybe there are 10 knives like that.
So what is that, the discovery of the age or something?
It will still be an incredible coincidence for another person to have stabbed his father with the same kind of knife.
Exactly.
Look, it's still possible.
But not very probable.
All right, let's take it. There's no point in milling around here.
I mean, it's interesting they find out exactly like the one the boy wanted.
Interesting. It's interesting, buddy. You think it means anything?
Well, no, you know.
Yeah, you just think it's interesting. What's up? I'd like to ask you this. How come the kid had to buy that in the first place?
He said that.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. He bought it because to replace the broken one that he accidentally broke of his friends because he dropped it on the pavement. Yeah, forget that.
Well, I mean, the friend did testify that the boy broke the knife.
Yeah, and how long before the killing? What, 3 hours? Tell me how much of a coincidence is that they found the exact same one in the fellow's chest?
I mean, he was obviously going to give it to his friend. He was going to use it for his life.
Yeah, right.
But this is one of the things I want to bring up in court. I mean, why would the kid buy the knife to use on his father and then show it to 3 of his friends just hours before he commits a murder? I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, listen, you're still 11 hours in here. The boy lied, you know it.
Exactly. What are you trying to accomplish here? You're not going to change anyone's mind. I mean, if you want to be stubborn and hang this jury, go ahead. Be my guest.
But do you think he lied?
Yes, of course.
What about you? Do you think he lied? I mean, yes. You?
You don't have to ask me that. You know my answer. Do you lie? Sure.
What about you?
Think maybe
Oh, maybe. Hold on 1 second. Who the hell do you think you are coming up in here acting like some kind of lawyer, cross-examining us like this?
Isn't that what you're supposed to do in a jury room? Cross-examine things?
Yo, look, there's still 11 of us in here who think he's guilty.
You know what?
You're the only one.
Okay, fine. I have a proposition to make. I want you 11 men to vote by secret ballot, and I will say, if all 11 votes come back guilty, I won't hold back, we'll take the guilty verdict to the judge. However, if just one of you vote not guilty, we will sit here and we will talk this thing out. So if you're ready,
Sounds good.
Probably the most reasonable thing you've said all night. Let's go ahead and do it.
Let's go.
Pass your ballots up to me like you've written down your answer. Is that all the ballots?
Guilty. 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 Not guilty.
What? Who was it? Who was it? I want to know. Speak up.
Excuse me, this was a secret ballot. We agreed on this.
Secret? Hold on, there's no secrets in the jury room. Besides, we already know who it is. Let me tell you, you really are something, bud. You're gonna come up in here and go guilty like the rest of us, and then all of a sudden this golden voice preacher over here starts to fill your head with fairy tales that you believe in, and you change your vote to not guilty. I mean, if that's something was secret, why don't you just go ahead and get recorded as charity box?
What do you think you're talking about? Did you hear? Where do you get the right to talk to me like that?
Oh, just forget it. He's excited.
You're damn right I'm excited. I'm sitting here trying to put a guilty man where he belongs. And all of a sudden we're filling our heads with fairy tales and we believe in them.
Take it easy.
What do you mean take it easy? What, you want to see this guilty man walk around the streets like it's no big deal? Why don't you just go ahead and give him a knife? Make it easier for him.
Okay, stop all the yelling. Who's got something constructive to say?
Please, Jesus. I would like to say something. I've always thought that in this country a man was entitled to have unpopular opinions.
Look, let's stick to the subject. What made you change your vote?
He didn't change his vote.
You go.
I did. Would you like me to tell you why?
No, I wouldn't.
Well, if you don't mind, I'd like to make it clear.
You have to listen to this.
Hey man, the old man wants to talk. Let him talk.
Thank you. It's just, this gentleman here has been standing here alone against us. He does not say that the boy is not guilty. He just says that he isn't sure. And I respect his motives. For the time being, the vote's 10-2.
Look, the speech is over with.
I think we got to take a break.
Yeah.
Basic.
I told you it was bad.
Yeah.
Well, we all have moved before the meeting where we just don't know what to do at all, and that might happen, right? What do you do?
I'm a watchmaker.
Finance watching? Right, okay.
Yeah.
Well, like I was saying, in a meeting, when we come to a spot where nobody knows what to say, and some have something clever to say. And it's so funny how they do it. They'll just be like, let me run up a flagpole, see if anybody salutes here. Put it on a bus, see if it's all on Wall Street. And it's totally ridiculous, but it's really funny.
Look, anyway. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get nasty.
Okay, let's take seats.
Looks like we're good for dinner, huh?
Yeah. Let's get down to business. Who wants to start us off?
Well, I'd like to make maybe a movie proper. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, back to the motive thing. The boy didn't do it. Who did? The boy had a motive.
Look, we're not here to figure out who else might have killed him. That's the job of the police. What we're here to do is figure out whether boy on trial is guilty or not.
True, but we can't help. The only motive we know is just creep into our mind. Logically, these things follow. Look, this man right here asked a reasonable question. If someone killed him and it wasn't the boy, then who was it?
You're talking about the man I love.
Alright, let's take a look. The boy's lawyer outlined the father's background in court. When he was sent to jail, he was consistently a gambler and quite the loser. He got into bar fights regularly, and many times they were overloaded. I mean, he was a cruel, primitive man. So let's take a look. It could have been one of his jailmates, someone who owed money, a guy who beat up a woman he picked up, any one of the rough characters he was going to associate with.
Woman he picked up. Look, you know the father was a bum. What does that have to do with anything?
Look, I didn't bring it up. I was just simply asked who else might know it.
Everyone's a lawyer, man.
Look, suppose you can tell me this. Back to the old man. He lived right underneath the floor where the murder took place. He heard the kid shout at the top of his lungs, "I'm gonna kill you." And then right after that, he heard a body on the floor, and then he just saw the kid running down the stairs. I mean, what does that mean to you?
Well, I was wondering how clearly the old man could have heard the kid say, "I'm going to kill you," through the ceiling.
He didn't hear it through the ceiling. The window was open. Remember, it was a hot night.
I mean, he identified it in court. Blindfolded him 5 people.
Look, that was just an ambitious district attorney trying to put on a show. I mean, the old man knew the boy's voice. And for him to identify it clearly, I mean, they lived in the same apartment for years. And don't you think it's possible that the old man just assumed it was the boy's voice that he heard?
I think that's a bit far-fetched.
Yeah, man, listen. The old man heard the body fall, and then saw the kid running down the stairs.
Hey, and don't forget about the woman across the street who saw it happen. Isn't that enough for you?
Thank you.
No. I was wondering, does anybody have any idea how long it takes for a train to pass any other point?
What does that mean, anything?
It just means, just take a guess. What do you know how long?
Only 10, 12 seconds.
Okay, say 10 seconds. What are you getting?
Come on, let's be guessing here.
Okay, don't worry, I'll get to it. Now, the woman. Okay, has anyone ever lived near a L train before?
I work.
Okay, and what was it like?
What do you mean?
Well, what did it sound like? Was it noisy? Was it hot? Okay, well, I lived across the street from an L train once, and every time you passed by, it was so noisy you couldn't even hear yourself think.
You couldn't hear yourself think. Can you get to the point, please?
Okay. Let's take 2 pieces of evidence. First, the old man saying, he heard the woman say, "I'm going to kill you." Yes?
Yeah.
And then the woman across the street saying she saw the killing through the last 2 cars of the L train, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Which means this. The L train had to have been passing right as the old man heard the voice say, "I'm going to kill you." And with the L train roaring by like that, it's impossible for him to positively identify the voice. It doesn't make sense.
That's idiotic. Of course he could have heard.
Do you think he could have heard?
The old man said he did. That's enough for me.
Look, I don't think so.
I mean, you're talking about a matter of seconds here. Nobody can be that accurate.
Well, I think a testimony that could let a boy die should be that accurate.
I don't think he could have heard it.
What are you people talking about?
It stands to reason, right?
Well, you're crazy. Why would he lie? What would he have for getting from lying?
I mean, attention, I guess.
You keep on coming up with these bright stories. Why don't you just go ahead and sell them to the newspaper? They'll pay you $3 for them.
Hey, why are you talking to an old man like that? An old man, someone talking to an old man like that really ought to step on.
Settle down, please.
I mean, it's just, I looked at the old man for a very long time. And I don't know if you guys noticed or not, but the seam on his jacket, right under his arm, is split. And I mean, for someone to come into court like that, he was a very old man with a torn jacket, and he walked slowly to the stand. He was dragging his left leg right behind him, but he was also trying to hide it because he was very ashamed. And I think I know him better than anyone else here. He's a quiet, frightened, insignificant old man who has been nothing all of his life. And this was his chance to be something, to be heard, to be quoted. He could have used this as a chance to be heard.
You can't shut up! Jesus, man, that's the fantastic story I ever heard. So the old man. Okay, let's get on.
Gentlemen, let me remind you, this case is based upon reasonable and logical progression of facts. Let's keep it there.
Facts may be colored by the personalities of the people who present them.
Anybody want to talk?
I did. You say it all the time, doesn't mean we're actually going to kill somebody.
Boy, what are you getting at? The phrase was, I'm gonna kill you. Anybody who says a phrase like that to their own father has gotta mean it.
I don't think he shouted, I'm going to kill you, loud, so the whole neighborhood can hear, right before he kills someone.
Now listen, the phrase was he's gonna kill him, and he did kill him.
He's too smart for that.
Too smart? He's a common ignorant slob. He don't even speak good English.
He does seem to speak English.
Of course.
Why did you change my vote to not guilty?
What?
You heard me, right?
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
What is 9 and 3 in paper guilty?
I mean, if this isn't the living end, look, what are you basing the stories this guy made up? For crying out loud, he had a lawyer, didn't he?
Well, his lawyer was court-appointed.
So what does that mean?
Well, it could mean a lot of things. It could mean that the lawyer was essentially appointed to the case. I mean, this is the kind of case that brings him nothing. No money, no glory, not even a real chance of winning. I mean, for him to want to win, he would really have to believe in this lawyer. You know, but clearly he didn't.
Of course he didn't. Who could? Come on already, look at the time.
Pardon me, but I have made some notes here.
Notes?
I would like to please take something here. I've been listening very closely, and it seems to me that this man has some very good points to make. Look, from what happened at the trial, the boy looks guilty. He stabbed his father on the chest and then ran away.
Come on, please.
There's a question I would like to ask. If he had stabbed his father on the chest and then ran away, why would he come home early? I mean, wouldn't he be afraid of being caught?
He came home to get his knife out of his father's chest. It's not nice to leave knives lying around people's chests,
Especially
Look, I don't see anything funny about it. I mean, the boy knew there were people who could identify the knife. He just wanted to get it before the police did.
Look, I think that there's enough reasonable doubt to even wonder if the boy was there at the murder scene at all.
Doubt? What do you mean, doubt? Didn't the old man see the kid running down the stairs? Didn't
He says he did.
Says he did. How you looking at it? But didn't the old woman see the kid look the problem? Says she did. You're sitting here making it out like it don't matter what people say. What kind of way is that? Believe you want to believe what you don't, you don't. You can't do that. What do you think these people don't understand for the help? I'm telling you, witnesses are being doubted. There's no reason for it.
Witnesses can make mistakes, you know that, right?
When you want to, you know what I mean.
Let's hold the yelling down, please. Jesus.
Go ahead. Look, if I had done the whole stabbing thing, I think I would have gone back for the knife. I mean, it's late at night. He probably thought nobody saw it. He probably thought nobody would find the body until morning or even later. I wouldn't risk it if I was him. Just saying. Someone else want to go? Look, I'd like to call for another vote.
What are we gonna gain from voting again?
There's another vote called for. This gentleman asked for it.
Time spent on nothing in my life, I swear to God.
Okay? The fastest way to vote is by raising your hands. Okay? Who wants to vote for not guilty? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 not guilty.
Look, I don't understand where this is getting us. I mean, we can yickety yak until next Tuesday. Where's it getting us?
Pardon. I vote not guilty.
What?
No, we got losers and mortals.
We're all going crazy in here or something. I mean, have you even been listening to the facts? I mean, will you help me out? This is beginning to be a damn joke.
Voters 8 to 4. Favor of guilty.
I mean, everybody started to pour their hearts out for this kid, like the president just declared love your unprivileged Brother's Day or something. Now look, I just want you to give me a reason.
Look, I don't have to defend my decision to you. I have a reasonable doubt in my mind.
Reasonable doubt? That's nothing but words. Give me that knife. Come on, kid, hurry. Thank you. Look at this. See that? You get a good look at it? This was the exact same thing that the boy you just voted not guilty was seen ramming into his father. Well, go ahead and look at it, Mr. Reasonable Doubt.
That's not the knife. It's his. Don't you remember?
Really? Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I mean, this man was sitting ringside to the Tyson Holyfield fight. He's telling us that Holyfield won. Look, are we supposed to believe that the old man didn't get up and run and see the kid was running upstairs 15 seconds after the killing?
That's right.
Man, what was the difference? He got there, didn't he?
Well, I mean, the old man of just the year before. Do you really think that he could have ran to 15 seconds?
Who cares?
And look, Mr. Foreman, I'd like to see that. I'd like to see that here with us, please.
What's all this for? How come you're the only one in this entire room who wants to see the exhibits all the time? Yeah, I don't want to stop wasting time.
Are you sure you have another trial?
Look, if we're going to start waiting for all this business about where the body was found,
See the diagram.
I mean, after it's a long walk.
usually, for an old man who had a stroke, it's a pretty long walk.
Alright, this is the apartment where the filming took place. Alright? And the old man's bedroom was right under it, and it's the exact same. So, this is the old man's bed, right? It's about 12 feet from his bed to the front door, and then another 43 feet from his bedroom door to the front door of the apartment. Now, do you really think an old man who dragged his leg to get up to the witness stand could get from his bed to the front door of his apartment in 15 seconds?
Yes. He said 20 seconds.
He said 15.
He said 20. I'm telling you. What are you trying to distort?
He said 15 and you seemed pretty positive about it.
How does he know how long 15 seconds is? He looked confused half of the time. You can't judge a thing like that.
All right, look. I'd like to try something now. We'll grab this chair right here. Right here.
What's he doing now?
What are you doing?
This will be the old man's bed, okay?
Yeah.
Pace about 12 feet, and that'll be the door.
So it's the same thing that we play musical chairs.
11, 12. All right, perfect. This is
What is this guy's
But I mean, if it's wasting everyone's time, according to you gentlemen, it's only going to take 15 seconds.
all right. I'm gonna pace around 43 feet. Yeah. You gotta measure the whole thing?
Can you hurry up, please?
All right, 43 feet. Does anybody have a stopwatch?
I have
Okay. I would like for you to stomp your feet, and when you stomp your foot, I'm going to get up and I'll be the old man.
This is crazy. You can't reenact a thing like that.
I really don't think we're going to prove here. What's taking so long?
I want to wait until second hand reaches 60. Just calm down.
Come on. All right, okay, let's go. Pick it up.
Oh, come on. Come on, the old man will be back.
You want that, sir?
Oh, step it up.
Come on, nobody wants that.
All right. You want me to walk faster?
Wheelchairs move fast.
No, go slow.
I think this is even more quickly than the old man walked in the courtroom.
All right. Okay. There we go.
Still slow.
All right. And stop.
Right, that's okay, I got it. It's, yeah. The time is 25, 30, 35, 40, 42 seconds exactly.
42 seconds.
42 seconds.
This is what I think happened. I think the old man heard the body fall, heard the footsteps running, tried to get to the door in time, and couldn't, and assumed it was the boy because you heard the argument earlier.
Assume. Now, hold on 1 second. Now, I've been alive quite some time, and I've heard a lot of dishonesty in my neighborhood, but this by far takes the cake. You're going to come up in here with all your sanctimonious talk about this poor little kid who just couldn't help himself from becoming a murderer. I mean, guys, we have it right here. We have it right where we want it, and we're letting him slip through our fingers.
Slip through our fingers. What are you, his executioner? Would you like to pull the switch?
This kid, you're damn right.
I'm sorry for you.
Now, don't you start with me.
Look, ever since we entered this room, you've been acting like a self-appointed public avenger.
Now, listen, you better watch your mouth.
Look, you want him dead, not because of facts, but because you personally want it.
I'm telling you, shut up, man.
You shut up!
Look at that! I'll kill him! I'll kill him!
Oh, you'll kill me? You'll kill me? You don't really mean that, do you?
It's quite all right. Just having a little argument.
I wondered if they let us go home because if I said going to bed, it's after months.
Okay, I think we should probably take it up.
Sure. It's all right with me. Someone knock on the doors? Nope. Okay. We're gonna go down the lines. I'm gonna ask if you're guilty or not. You're gonna say guilty or not guilty in this case. You.
Not guilty.
You. Guilty?
Guilty.
Yeah. Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Vote is 66.
66.
We're going to extra innings.
Y'all gotta be kidding me. A kid like that, I mean, sir.
Kid like that. I don't think the type of boy has anything to do with it. Facts determine the case.
Don't give me that facts crap. You mix them up any way you want. You know what I mean?
That's exactly the point that this gentleman here has been making this entire time. And you guys keep shouting at the top of your lungs, and it's just... It's very hard.
Oh wow, looks like you got it right.
Look, how come you changed your vote?
Well, you know, I just thought that there were a bunch of little details that never came out.
You know how to lay the stand, don't you?
Well, that's not how I feel.
Look, just let yourself get bulldozed by a bunch of stupid intellectuals.
That's not so.
Yeah, it is. It's like everybody else. You get mixed up, you don't know
What
what
do you
to do.
like talking about that? Loud.
Boy, I'm gonna come down. I think it's moving on. Boy, it reminds me of this film we had, I think, November or something was. We were down 7-6. We just started to move the ball, you know. I just came to slide. Boom! Ox! Probably forgot to mention him. Assistant head football coach is Jalen High. That's in Queens. Anyways, we just started moving the ball. We're getting close to winning. This boy Slatter, man, I wish I never would like him. And all of a sudden, you know, it started coming down bad for dogs, just like this. Before we knew, we were up to our ass in mud. Couldn't go anywhere.
Hey, look, I tell you what I think. We're going nowhere here. I say we call it the hung jury.
It's too early to call it hungry. The judge won't accept it.
Look, I go for that too. Let's just take it in with the judge and let the kid have a chance to call over guys.
We don't think there's room for reasonable doubt.
No, I don't.
Sorry. I think you don't fully understand the term reasonable doubt.
I'm sorry, what?
Exactly.
I mean, I don't understand the term unreasonable doubt. Look, how do you like this guy? He comes into our country, and before he gets a big fresh breath there, he studies how to run a show. I mean, the arrogance of this guy.
Wait a minute. You mean you're calling him arrogant because he wasn't born in this country? Fine, then I'll call you arrogant because you were born in this country.
Listen, don't tell me what words I do and don't understand, especially because I'll knock his Mexican head off.
Okay, let's stop the yelling. Guys. Can we stick to the subject for once, please?
All right. Here's another thing I want to agree. The prosecution kept bringing up this gentleman here about how the boy could remember the names of the movies or who played in them.
That's correct. It was only alibi the boy offered. I mean, he himself couldn't back it up with any details.
Yeah, but think about it. I mean, he was being accused of murder. That kind of emotional stress. Do you think he would have been able to answer those kinds of detailed questions?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for any special details.
I mean, okay. In the police testimony, they said that they interviewed him in the same room that his dead father was laying in. That's too much for me. Do you think he could answer those questions?
I think so.
Under that kind of emotional stress?
Sure, under that kind of emotional stress.
All right, well, let me ask you a personal question.
Sure.
Where were you last night?
Last night I was home.
You came the night before that?
I went to the office, and I went home and went to bed.
What about the night before that?
It was Tuesday. My wife and I went to play cards.
Look, when you get down to New Year's Eve 2003, let us know, right?
All right. What about Monday night? What are you doing then?
And my wife and I went to the movies.
What did you see?
The amazing Miss something, Miss Mainbridge
No,
it's normal for this gentleman here to forget a few details about a movie that he saw days ago. And it's perfectly normal for the boy who was being accused of murder to forget a few details of something he saw an hour ago. I mean, being accused of murder isn't supposed to be infallible memory.
You can talk to your tongue. He'll point blank period. They went at the coffee office.
You know, there's something we're forgetting that I just thought of. That's the whole thing with the psychiatrist, you know, we got all involved.
Don't give me that stupid psychiatrist crap. Look, I got three psychiatrists. Keep the cards on the right. They're all shooting. Why are you? Come on.
There's a point I'm trying to make you.
Oh, there.
Okay, that's right. I was gonna say was the whole thing with the psychiatrist, how he had all those tests, name blocks, and he always said that the boy had the thought of murder on his mind constantly.
He did say something about killer tendencies, but it was his subconscious mind.
Yeah, but no one else is.
Fair enough.
I beg pardon, discuss.
I beg pardon, why are you so polite?
For the same reason you're not. Look, the most these psychiatric things can accomplish is this. They tell us that one day someone may commit a murder. That's all. They prove nothing.
Then how come they're admitted to the evidence?
Perhaps. I mean, they have many uses. But if which of men took the same test, only one or two of us might have unconscious desires to kill, or the potentiality of carrying them out. Yet none of us has. My point is, to say that a man is capable of committing murder does not mean he has committed murder.
What? That's stupid. If the boy wanted to kill the man, couldn't he have done it? Couldn't he have done it?
I mean, you're the one that said you don't care about these stupid psychiatric tests.
You just told me to come work with a doctor. You would, don't you?
Say, can I see that knife? Something I've been wondering, you know, ever since we got, started on the topic of the knife, about how the, downward angle and into the father's chest, how awkward that is, just going down into his own father's chest.
Don't tell me to start with that. Talk about that, man.
I know you talked about it, and the boy was 5'7", and the father was 6'2". That's a difference of almost more than half a foot. So that's just unnatural for somebody who is 5'7" to lift their arm up and go down into the chest of a father who is 6'2". Does that make sense?
Here. Give it in.
Yeah.
Here. All right. Y'all obviously need a demonstration. I need a volunteer. I don't care who it is. Get up. You. Good. Okay. Hurry up. Get up. This should be interesting. I want all of y'all to pay attention. I don't feel like doing this one time. 6 or 7 inches, right? Give it take with you? Yeah. All right. Now pay attention. Hey, watch yourself. What is wrong with you? It's a knife. It's not funny. Nobody's hurt. Right? There you go. There's your angle. Sorry. There's your angle. Down and in. Tell me I'm wrong.
Hey, he's right. Down and in. That's it. Could be down.
Another person wants to see you too. Get off that sometimes.
I hate these things. I grew up with them.
Well, have you seen these effects?
Oh yeah, too many of them. Stoop, backyard, a lot of the street. Neighborhood I grew up in came with this. Can't use it that way. In order to step downwards, you have to change your grip.
How do you use it?
Like this, underhand, in order to release the blade.
And we all agree that the boy was pretty handy with the knife, yeah?
Yeah.
So do you think that the kid could have made that kind of wound on his father?
No, not really with the knife? No, I don't think so. He broke the underhand.
Well, how do you know? Were you in the room when the father was killed?
No, but no one else was, right?
You're coming up with all this mumbo jumbo about nothing. I don't believe it.
I think you can't really determine, what kind of wound the boy might or might not have made just because, he knows how to handle a knife.
That's right. That's exactly right.
What do you think? I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. You know, look, I changed my vote.
Seven.
No, yeah.
We're pretty.
He's right. That is not an answer. I mean, what kind of a man are you? You sat there and voted not guilty because of some basic tickets burning a hole in your freaking pocket, and now you decided to change your vote to guilty because you said you had enough?
Listen, buddy.
Dude, you have no right to play like this with a man's life, alright? If you want to vote not guilty, then do it because you convinced the man he's not guilty.
Look, you cannot talk to me.
Oh, I can talk to you like that.
Now listen.
Guilty or not guilty?
I told you he's not guilty.
Why?
I think he's innocent.
Okay, well, I'd like to call for another vote. See where it goes.
Yeah.
I second that.
There's another vote called for. Just this way, show of hands. All those in favor of not guilty, they're not guilty, raise your hand. What would I have to do? Guilty, raise your hand. Okay, all those voting guilty, please. It's 94, sorry, 84.
84. I don't understand you people. All these people in the point y'all keep bringing, they don't mean nothing. I mean, how could you believe this story? Look, you're intelligent, man. You're not gonna tell me you're not. I said, who we're dealing with here? You know the kid. That guy over there is stupid. Facts about psychiatry. Maybe you ought to go to him. Talk facts. Kids are born liars. I'm not. No intelligent man's gonna tell me otherwise. They think different, they act different. Drunk off a cheap wine or something like that, they're bad. Somebody gets shot. What does that mean? I don't care about you slamming the door. Look, they can drunk off a cheap wine, somebody gets shot, they're in a dead together. I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying it's the way they are by human nature. Like to see much of them than us. Hey, where are you going? If I was here, people out here boozing up, fighting. Somebody gets killed, somebody gets killed. They don't care. Hey, man, father, mother, sister, brother, they don't care. Daily doesn't mean anything to them. It's a few good ones. I tell you that. That's just deception.
A few good ones? You're a sick man.
Sick.
Why don't you take a seat?
You old son of a bitch.
Hey, get out! Hey, come on, no.
Get out of my way, man.
Don't talk to him like that.
Who the hell is he to tell me to sit down? Look, barely stand up. I got something to say you guys
Hey,
have
why don't you just quiet down?
I hell I will quiet down. Not one about this good. Anything hurt. Look, over there so smart. How come you can't tell what face the danger is? The danger, multiply. I kid on top, 5 times back. Everyone is kind of up. No multiply, man. Yeah, we don't smack them down. We don't smack them down and catch them. We get a freaking breed inside of existence.
Shut up.
You shut up. No, these kids are violent, they're vicious. We gotta get this boy. We got him. We got the boy. Right in our hands. I said we get it for his crimes against us. Why, I give a damn about the government? They don't care, why should I?
I've heard enough. Now you just stop all this.
I can't handle you little bastard.
Do it.
We've heard enough. Sit down. And don't open your filthy mouth again.
Look, I have a couple of points made. I wrote down point one, the evidence by the woman who actually saw the murder committed.
That's important testimony in the whole case.
Yeah, and two, the fact that this woman saying she saw a boy raise his arm over his head and plunge a knife into his father the wrong way. Now, let's talk about the woman for a second. Now, she said she went to bed about 11 o'clock or so. Her bed was next to the window, right? Now, she said she could look while lying down across the L line in the window. And she tossed and turned for about an hour. Then finally, about 10 minutes after 12, something like that, she saw the killing through the windows. And she remembered the most detailed facts about it. And I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you know, you can't argue with that.
It's the whole case right there.
I think we should go over it again. Something not right about it.
What's all right? What do you think?
Even if the evidence is arranged in some strange kind of order, you can throw all of it out. The woman testified. What more do you want?
Look, what about you?
I don't know.
Okay, look, frankly, I don't see how we can vote for acquittal here. Okay?
Well, there's just a lot of stuff to sort through. I mean, this is a really complicated process.
Like I just said, you throw out all the other evidence. The woman testified, that's it. How about we just vote?
Okay, another vote. Anyone object? Okay. Anyone want to vote guilty? No. Okay, all in favor of none?
I don't know.
Can we just keep it?
No. I don't know.
Dude, you never. Are you guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Guilty.
How do you vote?
I'll spark back. I don't care.
Listen, how do you vote?
Not guilty. Well, sorry.
Judge Judy over here bouncing back and forth.
Hey, that's not fair. You don't talk. I voted guilty.
I apologize on my knees. All right? Can we please continue?
Look, all right, maybe we can talk about setting some kind of time limit here. Okay, so the time is 5:45. Yeah, 5:45. Now, someone said something about 7 o'clock. I think that's the. Do you feel well? I feel perfectly well. Thank you.
I mean, I'm sorry for letting you off. The reason I asked is you made a gesture that reminded me of something that I saw.
Excuse me, I'm trying to settle something here.
Do you mind talking about this for a minute? I think it's a good point.
Okay, fine. What?
I was just wondering why you're working guys.
Would you please?
I'm talking to this gentleman here, right?
Well, if it's any of your business, they've heard of it.
Is it because of your eyeglasses and there's impressions on the side of your face?
Oh, yes, they are. Thank you. Now, can we get back on subject? Okay, let's not.
I've always had to point to it.
This is blue. Come on, this I got. Come on.
Well, it's just, I'm going over the woman who testified that she saw the killer. I'm going over her image in my mind. It was just, she was rubbing her eyes a lot, exactly like that in the book. I saw the same deep impressions.
He did do it. Because of glasses? How do you know what she had glasses on? Just because she was bumping her nose?
She had those marks. I saw it.
So what? What does it mean?
Listen, I saw him too. He's right. I sat right next to her.
What point are you making here?
She had those marks.
I mean, could they be made by anything else other than her glasses?
No, they couldn't.
And I mean, think about it like this. She was a 45-year-old woman, trying to look at most 35. She had brand new dyed hair, brand new clothes, and she thought her eyeglasses made her look ugly, I guess. So she didn't wear them to court.
She wore glasses. Say that. Okay. Okay. The point I'm trying to make here is when she testified, she said she saw the kid kill his father. Now, where was she when she testified that? Huh? She was in her room, in her house, with nobody else, nobody to prove, nobody to look beautiful for. I mean, that's it.
All right, so, do you wear eyeglasses when you go to sleep?
No, I don't.
Exactly. So, I think it's safe to say that she wasn't wearing eyeglasses when she went to sleep, but I also think it's safe to say that she didn't carefully put them on just in time to see the killer stab his father.
So you're saying that she's someone, well, how do you know this? How does she know these things? Maybe she had glasses. So what? You don't know if she was farsighted. You don't know if there were sunglasses. You don't know.
Look, what I'm saying is now the woman's eyesight is in question. That's all.
She had to identify a person 60 feet away in the dark without glasses.
Yeah, that's the wrong guy on everything.
Now, don't kid me. It's not possible. Yes, I think so. It's not possible.
Well, then give us your argument.
I've given you my arguments.
Give it to us again.
Why do you want me to say them again? I've given you them, each and every one.
We have all the time. Let's go.
year. I dare somebody to say something. How about the old man who lived right underneath the floor where the murder took place? He saw it, and he heard it. He saw the kid running down the stairs with a knife. But just because he found one just like it doesn't prove anything. You can't prove how many seconds it took for the old man to get to the door. You just can't. Or the woman in the glasses. She testified in court that she saw it. What more do you want? I mean, this whole case, everything in it says that he's guilty. That's a bunch of bleeding hearts. Never seen anything like it before. I know this kid. I know what he's like. What he can do to you. How he can tear your heart out every single day. My own son. Praise was, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. He said it to his father. I don't care what kind of a man he was. It was his father. You can feel that knife going through me. Right here.
Look, he's not your boy. He's somebody else's. You have to let him go. It's only right.